I had always found humans peculiar, but it wasn't until the great Galactic quiz that I truly understood the sublime art of their unpretentious cleverness. My name is Shilton, a Marklarian scholar specializing in interspecies cultural studies, particularly focused on the unpredictable inhabitants of the blue planet known as Earth. The Great Galactic Quiz was a widely anticipated event held every solstice by the Council of Universal Wisdom. It aimed to test the known universe's civilizations on their knowledge about one particular species. This solstice, Earth's fascinating humans were in the spotlight. Naturally, I was thrilled. Years of research and exhaustive data logs on Earth had prepared me well, or so I thought. The rules were simple. A series of challenges would be posed, both physical and intellectual, to see just how well we understood the curious ways of humans. Different civilizations from across the galaxy sent their brightest representatives, including our esteemed Marklarian team, myself included. Despite my preparations, nothing could have made me ready for the improvisation and whimsical genius that humans would display that day. The Galactic Stadium was a marvel of universal engineering, a place where the atmosphere could shift to accommodate each species present. Thousands from dozens of planets filled the seats with much anticipation. Above, the giant screen flickered on, displaying the challenge. Cultural conceptions and quirks. The first test was a basic knowledge round. Humans cherish a small furry creature called a cat. Explain the purpose of this creature in human society. An authoritative voice echoed throughout the stadium. Instantly, my database retrieved hundreds of images and descriptions of these creatures. I composed my analysis with concise certainty. Humans keep cats as domestic companions, despite their notorious independence and occasional disregard for their owner's instructions. While this answer was met with some nods, a human contestant, one Mr. Todd Lewis, added, "Cats are also master philosophers. They teach us about the futility of control and the serenity of a well-placed nap." His answer was received with laughter and cheers from the human side of the audience, scored even higher than my comprehensive data response. It was then I began suspecting that literal information was not the only key to understanding Earth. The subsequent rounds unfolded with a delightful mix of insightful human behavior and nonsensical antics. The second challenge, a simple Earth task, was make a sandcastle. This was a contest of creativity rather than craft, but we were baffled by the human team's approach. The Marklarian team, standing upright and analytical, sculpted geometric structures using interlocking techniques inspired by Marklarian architectural design. Impressive as it was, it lacked flair. Conversely, the human team, led again by the light-hearted Mr. Lewis, quickly cobbled together a sandcastle topped with seashells, driftwood, and what I could only assume were snack wrappers. My head tentacles twitched with confusion at their apparent disregard for structure. Yet, to our surprise, their chaotic creation mirrored an idyllic imperfection so beloved by human beachgoers. The judges smiled, delighted by the representative whimsy. The third challenge was one of sheer pragmatism called "What's in Your Pockets?" This round was simple. What everyday items could one produce from their attire in a pinch situation? Aliens confidently revealed technological gadgets, repair tools, and survival kits. Practicality in its purest form. Now the humans, they were different. Mr. Lewis extracted items that seemed at first trivial. A tangled string, questions captured in a small beat-up notebook, a plastic spoon, and an object intriguingly referred to as a rubber band ball. What could this diverse collection serve? Yet again, Mr. Lewis surprised us. The notebook contained quick guides and sketches of ideas. The rubber bands became slingshots for stress release, the string for binding things together deftly. And the spoon? It was swapped for part of a machine another alien had stuck in the sandcastle. Despite the confusion caused by these improvised tools, Mr. Lewis demonstrated ingenious solutions and cheerfully declared, "The best tools are the ones you don't expect but find a use for anyway." This declaration felt surprisingly profound and embodied the essence of human adaptability. Little did I know this pocket story would become a galactic legend about resourcefulness. Finally, the ultimate challenge arrived. The talent show, where aliens were to demonstrate some Earth-unique skill. The Marklarians were determined to showcase human dance, having analyzed countless hours of films and performances. With mechanical precision we executed the dance steps we had learned, straight-backed and in perfect unison. Then, humans took the stage. Mr. Lewis had an unconventional plan: to perform a cover of a universally popular Earth song using makeshift instruments. His ability to enact rhythm and melody using only a comb, which he oddly called a mouth harp, a cardboard box, and a metal spoon was mystifying and seemed to transcend just music. People and aliens of all species began to clap along, feeling an inexplicable joy. In the end, the results of the quiz were unlike any other session in history. Humans scored not through our empirical foresight but through an organic synthesis of creativity, humor, and most notably a talent for turning the ordinary into extraordinary. Our team was left in awe, re-evaluating our rigid parameters of knowledge and potential. As I sat there, I could not help but admire the unpredictable brilliance that humans brought to the galaxy. The Council awarded them the title of Galactic Quirk Masters, a name they wore with pride. I learned that day that humans were puzzle solvers, not of predictable problems, but of those intricately messy ones that required a touch of imagination. And while I was hardwired to comprehend through analysis, perhaps the true essence of understanding Earth was not solely in complexity, but also in unassuming simplicity, sprinkled with creativity, a revelation both profound and comically delightful. It was, after all, the quirks that made humans quintessentially human.